Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, you know what to do. But without any further waste of time, I came back with some updates on Hola Prime account. And guess what? The updates are not good. So I took about 3 to 4 trades, if I'm not mistaken, which was gold and GBPJPY, and wow, it was just stop losses after stop losses. Which obviously, in that being said, in most of them I see my mistakes, and then in some it was just a matter of fact of price disrespecting my setup. But I won't talk much, but do much. So first things first, let us go to the trades that I took. So the first trade that I had took was, okay, don't mind me, my mouse is not working currently. I don't know what's wrong with it. So the first trade that I took was gold. As we can see, that gold has been consistently impulsing to the upside, creating a series of high highs and high lows. This was our last break of structure, giving us this as our last high. What gave rise to this high? It's this high low. Therefore, I dragged my fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, predicting the price has high chances of retracing here before going to the upside, which, if I'm not mistaken, I had an entry right about right here, if not right here, if I'm not mistaken. I think right here or right here. Okay, I'll just put it here for now. And I think my stop loss also was way too tight. That trade was just an impulsive trade. I don't want to lie, simply because also I had pressure that I wanted to trade and I was going out of the country. It was just a lot, which definitely it didn't play out as I had hope it would. So after that, it was So guys, like, stop loss was hit, which, okay, maybe I could have waited for an internal change of character for me to confirm that, okay, now gold is ready to buy, but I followed everything that has to do with my setup. And then, guys, this was my next gold entry. So I just looked at or focused on my internal structure, which this was very impulsive of me, and I was just here. I was wrong. I blame it on myself, simply because I was just wanted to trade, and at some point having to stay in one account for long can get annoying. So I saw this internal structure whereby we were breaking a series of lower lows, lower highs, until we had a change of character, expected a retracement before price continues pushing to the upside, only to find that it didn't do that. Only to find that it didn't do that. Sharp, we had that. And then now I started convincing myself that, okay, here's our nice consolidation, and also we've started having impulses to the upside. So now there is a high chance that price can come back and retrace around here. Also, order block, what, when we are convincing ourselves, only to find that the higher time frame is not aligning with what you are convincing yourself with. So that was me right there. It was just actually FOMO, which takes me back to saying that you're a big trader whatsoever, you just learn how to manage it, but sometimes it just gets into you. So which gold honestly got into me, and then this was it. Boom, I was out just like that. Next, we had GJ. So GJ, we could have got this first entry by dragging our fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, predicting that price has high chances of retracing right here. Okay, which it was eventually sent on Discord before I went out of the country. Guys, don't say I'm bragging for me mentioning that went out of the country. It was my first time, so so yeah, this was GJ. And then from here, what did I do? I waited for 2 to 3 candlesticks to show me that they're ready to retrace. After that, I dragged my fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, predicting that price has high chances of coming to retrace right here. Which right here, what did I see? My imbalance, and also as we were consistently breaking structure to the bottom, and also if I'm scaling down to my smaller time frame, such as 30-minute time frame, I think I had an internal change of character. Yes, I had this internal. Let me do this. I had this internal change of character. Okay, much clearer now. I had this internal change of character. It's why I dragged my fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, confirming that price has high chances of retracing right here, right? Sharp, which this is first entry, right? First entry with stop loss right here, target right here. Sharp, we move. And then now, as price moved, the mistake I did was now to add positions. And in me adding position, obviously you can only scale in once you're in profit, and I was in profit. And also I saw other internal break off structures, which led me to adding positions, only to find that those internal break-off structure were just taken out with some weeks, and then price would go to my direction, which it eventually did go to my predicted direction. That one, though, I guess my wrong move was to like kind of temper with my trades. That's where my mistake was at, because eventually TP was hit. And funny enough, because this also was sent on my Discord group, the only problem is that I didn't really go against it, but I tempered with it. So that's where the mistake happened. And then before I give you another pair to share with you guys, just for you to know what I'll be trading for the week or looking at, let us just go through the dashboard. After that, I received an email saying that I have failed because of maximum daily loss. So this is the Hola Prime dashboard now updated on my progress, which is I failed. So they also give you a reason on how did you fail and all of those stuff. Although the challenge was not successful, this analysis highlights key areas for improvement. So stay disciplined, keep learning, and success will follow. Wow. So yeah, so they now give you an update on how did you perform and all of the stuff, where can you improve, and which trades were you trading the most, what was your biggest losses, and all of those stuff, and then you can improve from there. So yeah, they just break down everything for you in order for you, or gives that gives you room to be able to improve, it gives you room to be able to improve. So, and if I were to speak about Hola Prime, I'd say so far I can give it a full 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, because I haven't had any problems actually. If possible, I'd like to buy another account maybe, and then see how it goes this time around. But other than that, losses are part of the game. If this happens, we start over again. We start all over again. We don't take a pause. We don't take a break. We continue. Till it works, till it works. So now let us go through me giving you a trade idea. So this is USDJPY, and looking at USDJPY starting it from a 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we are consistently breaking structures to the top. This is our last high. What gave rise to this high is this high low right here, which we can see that we have this huge gap that price might or might not come to cover this gap. Though after seeing 2 to 3 candlesticks, I'll now drag my fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, predicting that price has high chances of coming to retrace right here. So this can be very subjective, because other people will ask me, why aren't I dragging my fib right here? I'm not dragging my fib right here because this is the lowest low that gave up to the push. And besides, personally, or according to what I've learned, I'm not perfect with this as yet, but according to what I've learned, this is where my liquidity is currently lying. So there is a high possibility that this can be manipulated, but also you can all be open to seeing on how the market acts in this level right here. And then from there, we scale down. It doesn't mean that we have to wait the whole year for price to reach right there. We can scale down to try and get some sales, to try and get some sales by scaling down and seeing what's happening at current market price. And looking at current market price, we can see that we have been consistently breaking structures at the top, which on 15 minutes time frame, it's much visible in terms of what's happening. So right here, we had this liquidity grab. Okay, let me open my chart a little bit. So right here, we had this liquidity grab right here. Liquidity grab, cause we didn't close with the full candlestick above, and then after that, what did we have? We had this market structure shift. After that, we had this market structure shift. So from there, what happens? You drag your fib from where the impulse started to where it ended, predicting that price has high chances of coming to retrace right here before even pushing to the downside. So this is where you can take your sales. If you are to take your sales, and then you keep on scaling in till you reach your point of interest on your 4 hourly time frame. So that is what I'll be looking at for the week. That is what I'll be looking for, what to say, for the week. So nonetheless, this is Taryn the Goat, the one and only female goat in the industry. Let me know what you think under the comment section. Let me know whatever you want to let me know, and suggest also other videos that you would like to see under the comment section. Also suggest a prop firm that you think I should try out on your behalf. I'll buy the account and then we'll rate it out all together. Peace out.